welcome back. Today is Saturday, and that means I got another review for you guys. As you guys saw on my Instagram, probably, you hopefully noticed that we are now going to move into a bunch of these Japanese pomades, specifically from the Cool Grease line. Basically what happened is I got contacted by a distributor for the US, Hedge Lion, who will also be the only, well, as far as I'm aware, the only authorized dealer for Cool Grease in the US. And so what that gives us is a wider selection of the Cool Grease products, and also a much better price because they're able to purchase it for wholesale and also then sell it to us for much less, rather than whoever is currently selling in the US just purchasing for full price from Japan or whatever, however they are getting their resources, and then reselling it to us for a relatively actually high price. So just because something sells it doesn't mean it's an authorized dealer, but we are right now finally seeing an authorized dealer in the US. So to begin this whole series of reviews, we'll be starting off with Cool Grease, the blue jar, and tomorrow we'll be looking at the red jar. The reason why we're starting with these are like the standards, the mediums within the line, and so we'll kind of start off with their foundation and then move on to kind of like the heavies and then the lights, seeing what other alternative products they have. And to begin the review, like always, we'll go ahead and look at the jar, see what we think, and see what we can kind of gather from the product by just looking at it. So, as you can see, this is Cool Grease Super Shaping Pomade. We'll refer to it as the blue jar, but I guess you can give it an official name of Super Shaping Pomade. This is a water-based product. You'll see them label this as water type, and all the products we'll be reviewing from Cool Grease are going to be water. So like the clutter, the excessive amounts of just images, text, and you'll really see this on the other products. But overall, it's nice. It's a solid jar. I believe this one is a 90-gram jar, and so this is just 10 grams less than what we typically get from like a European jar. Opening it up, you have the product inside. It looks really similar to Steadfast with a little more shearing to it, a little more jello-ness to it. I also want to show you guys this. This is the brochure for the Cool Grease line, and as you guys will notice, we have basically at the bottom, or towards the bottom, it's soft, towards the top, hard, to the outside it's gloss, and to the other side is matte. And so as we can kind of see, red and blue are located right here, which is at the center of basically a majority of their products. And so with that said, let's go ahead and start reviewing the product. Okay, so opening it up, it's like Kool-Aid. It smells exactly like a mix of Kool-Aid and Capri Sun. You guys remember those little metallic pouch juice jars from back in elementary school? It smells just like that, or like a mix of Kool-Aid. So super fruity, but it doesn't have that sourness that makes it like a true real fruit. It just has that little candy fruitiness to it. So go ahead and start using the product. So right now I can tell it definitely has a texture on the thicker side of a water-based product, but it seems to be smearing pretty easily. So it looks a lot like Boulevard Nights in the jar, but it's smearing a little bit softer. And I mean, application should really never be an issue with a medium weight, normal standard water-based product. So as you can tell, it's not really a sticky product, so that's really good. Something we come into problem with a lot when using water-based products, they get really sticky, which makes it extremely uncomfortable to apply. I'm also trying to take small licks right now, just to make sure that I'll do a better job of fully distributing the product and don't have any excessive buildups in any area. Also, Yes, as you guys probably are already thinking, there has been a huge growth in, I'd say, the rockabilly market in like Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Japan. Japan, like I believe, much earlier due to like other influences. But as you guys can kind of tell right now, you'll notice that Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and there's another country. Well, they pick up really quickly on like American hype and stuff like that. You guys remember like the growth of like the like fixed gear bikes, fixies, track bikes, and stuff like that? Like they picked up on that, I believe like 5 years ago and stuff like that. And so you see a huge. There is this really interesting relationship right now. This really interesting like reactionary relationship where popular culture in America moves really quickly, specifically to like Malaysia, Indonesia, and like Singapore. And so we're seeing that right now with like the Pomade world. And so it's just something like interesting to keep an eye out. And because of that huge growth, we also now see like product being developed there, though we've yet to really see like a great product. Nevertheless, we are seeing a lot of growth like in terms of like barbershops style. You see like random videos on YouTube that are like well made, that kind of like document that type of growth. But I just want to tell you guys that because it's something I noticed, and it's just something interesting to keep an eye out for and just be knowledgeable about. And I actually been scooping out extremely small licks, so hopefully we have a good styling this time. But I should just need like about one more, and I should be fine. So according to the chart I showed you before, this is like a normal hold product with like good shine. So we'll really see how that plays out because we've never really seen a water base with truly good shine that like lasts. But anyways, go ahead, start slicking everything back. And actually, damn, things are pretty easy to slick back and actually feels nice. Not gonna lie. Thankfully, the smell has also softened up because before I was actually worried about the smell permeating too much. Like, as much as I think the smell is delicious and I want to eat something like it, doesn't mean I want my hair to smell like it. But it seems like the smell has already lightened up a lot. And yeah, I mean, it's just nice. I don't want something like too strong, too sweet like that, just sticking around me all day. So if everything's slicked back, go ahead and start forming the part. And like, there's a lightness to the product right now that I'm really liking. Like, it's really soft, easy to comb through, and I don't feel too much of like a weightiness to my hair. And like, obviously I don't really know what to expect out of this product because the packaging, as you might have saw a glimpse of, the main stuff was in English, but all the ingredients, all the technicalities, all the small things, those are all in Japanese. So can't read that shit. So it's really hard to predict it minus just what we see and what it reminds us of. Alright, with the side slick back, go ahead, start forming the pump. Alright, now just call it done right now before I spend too much time in front of the mirror. This product is actually a really unique water-based pomade because typically what we get from the US are very like gel-like, stiff, and actually pretty predictable and like easy to work with products. But what we're seeing right now is like a water-based product that has similar characteristics to what I just mentioned, but there's this extra bounce to it, very similar to like the Tancho or Tonko pomade, white, a plastic jar, green top. That one has a lot of bounce to it, and I think that's what we're seeing again, which also makes it like able to style really nice looking pompadour, yet really difficult to work with in general. And we'll see how that plays into like the endurance of the product itself and how we kind of feel throughout the whole day. So overall, like my sides are held back like relatively nice. It's not really like slicked down or anything. There's still some puff to it. It's just like a nice even like going back. The part is like just like straight, nice and sharp. It was kind of difficult to actually keep it clean, especially back here. But the pump itself is at like an average height with pretty good shape and overall looking nice. I'm just worried more about the endurance of the product at this point. Other than that, go ahead, go throughout my whole day, come back to you guys, talk to you guys about it later, and we'll go ahead and go on from there. Alright, so I'm back, done with the day, so let's go over the hair and like kind of talk about what we think about it. So, as I told you guys before, or as rather as I warned you guys before, like the product is kind of lacking in the endurance category, I guess. But it does maintain that like restylability throughout the whole day. Like once again, we found another pomade. Well, I'm gonna give it a few more times to finally like set it in stone. But from what I see so far, this product is not dry. It maintains this like bounciness to it like throughout the whole day, which is extremely impressive, and especially given that it's like a water-based product. So that's definitely something we need to note about Cool Grease, the blue jar. I would like a little bit more hold and endurance, so I'm really excited to try out the red because the red is supposed to have a little more shine and endurance, so I'm really excited about that. Also, for like a water-based product, it also like maintains a great amount of shine, like for a water-based product and throughout the whole day too. I was expecting it to dry out and lose, but still, this is actually really good. So definitely a sacrifice of like the endurance, and you're gonna have to restyle it during the day, but at least you now have like good balance, good restyling capabilities, and just like a good shine out of a water-based product. Um, what else? It does feel, how should I say this? It's obviously not an oil-based product, like no duh, but it does have like a greasy feel to it, just a little bit. So you know how like when you use Suavecito or like Steadfast, Bonafide, Admiral, you have a nice dry feel to the product. But this product actually does have like a little bit of like an oily feel to it. It's not like as bad as like a super greasy product, but it still is something to note, something I want to tell you guys about. The scent is non-existent now, essentially, which I'm really glad. Um, and other than that, like it's a great product. I really, really would like more like strength and more endurance, more strength, just so I can like style a cleaner and like a nicer pompadour. And especially since I do have like long hair and I do prefer to style my pompadour with long hair, I would prefer a slightly stronger product. Not too strong, but just like a little more like, I guess like grip and a little more like predictability to it. So either way, this is a great product. Like I would highly recommend it to you guys. Something you should look into. This one and the red one, I believe, are the more readily available products in the U.S. However, now you guys have Hedgeline, which offers you lower price. You guys now have the entire Cool Grease line available to you. But so we'll go through one product at a time. And this has been the review for Cool Grease Super Shaping Pomade, and you can better know this as just the blue jar. So other than that, take care guys and have a good day.